Huge result this past weekend for PSG to keep up the heat with, of course, the leaders. But what about the chasing pack? We'll take a look at what went on next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we're taking a look at match day number 8 of Blader. What the heck? It is, where's my bloody mouse? It is, of course, match day number 26. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to ask you, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe and get your bang up to date with all things Ligue related. Blackburn obviously. Whoa, football, here we go here. Under one Ruski, that's right, PSG, the one and only team to get themselves a big, fat, hairy win this week. When I say that, I'm talking about the leaders, as Lille and Lyon failed to get the results, of course. So big chance for them to get right back in the hunt for, of course, another title. But we'll take a look at what's gone on this weekend in just a second. I want a big shout out to the Patreons. You know who you are, the VIP band of brothers that went right here, boys and girls, to the Patreon page right here. Goodness gracious me. Of course, you can see just how little or how much you could throw in to support the channel in another way. Of course, we did want to get up to 25 patrons. We're down 23 at the moment, but of course, every little helps as we try to keep on the channel, keep on moving on. Of course, if you do become a patron, one of the perks is you get access to the Patreon. I mean, not the Patreon. You get access to the prediction league data, the raw data. You can have a look at it. You can have a look at the names from the past. Like, come on, Wilfred Boney. Who else is in there that has disappeared? Keaton Zamerli's gone. I haven't seen him for a while. Who else haven't we not seen? Roberto Hollis. He was well in contention. The Cringe King. Oh, look at all these. You're going to get access to all this data if you could become the Patreon. So if you're interested, make sure you check this sucker out. Here we go. Here we bloody go. Here we go. Kick it all back, of course, with PS bloody G up against Nice, which was a very, very nice win for Pochettino's boys. Of course, 2-1 win in the end. Actually, another 3-1 win for PSG. But of course, yeah, not too shabby. Meanwhile, Reims up against Lens was a battle of the draws. Of course, 1-1 in the end. No points for me. But of course, point for a piece for them boys to keep themselves believing on. Next, of course, Lyon against Montpellier ended up as a 2-1 win for Montpellier on the road. Of course, Lyon, one of the tip of the top 2 or 3 teams there, trying to go all the way. Unfortunately, failed to give the result this time around. Of course, big win for Montpellier in there. Meanwhile, Monaco against Lorient also was a draw. Goodness gracious me, Monaco fluffed their lines as well to close in on that top 3. 2-0 was my pick. 2-2 was the final score. Meanwhile, Angers against Nantes, big win for Nantes, finally getting on, moving the chains as well for them. 3-1 win for them, big result. Of course, 2-1 win was the final score from my eyes. Unfortunately, wrong. Dijon Mustard against Nîmes ended up as a 2-0 win for Nîmes. Actually, remember the 1-0 win for Dijon. Absolutely clueless. What am I talking about? So big win for Nîmes again. Breaks away from the bottom, which is Dijon Mustard. Next, of course, Metz. They also won. Sorry, no, they lost. I thought they would win. 2-1 was the final score going in favour of Strasbourg. 2-1 going the other way was the wrong score. Meanwhile, Stade Rennes against Saint-Étienne. I'll tell you what, I did absolutely shite this week. Of course, 2-0 was my pick. Was 2-0, but it go in favour of Saint-Étienne. So shame on me. Lille against Brest. Cheeky was a 0-0 draw in the end. Actually, another 3-0 win for Lille. Shame on me again. What am I doing? Absolutely clueless. And of course, right here, and I did get this last one right. 2-2 final score was my pick. A 0-0 draw was the real deal as we waited for the result to come on in. And as you see, I got myself pretty shitty on this one. Just 2 out of 10, which is shit. This is the table as it stands, though, out in Ligue 1. Dijon must have gone down as alongside Nîmes. Big win for Nantes, though, to keep themselves, get themselves a little bit closer to get themselves out of it. Meanwhile, at the top of the table is Lille. They lead the charge just by 1 point over PSG, who have a 2-point clearance over Olympique Lyon, who have a 3-point clear over Monaco as well. Then there's a big of a gap between Monaco and Stade Rennes, and then, of course, the chasing pack. But anyway, it could all change this week, of course, as we take a look at the next round of matches. But before then, let's take a look at how you all got on. If you're in North 2, just like me, in the Shit-Face Gang, 3 to 6 Straight-Face Club, and, of course, 7+, you're in the top bins, boys and girls. Well, here we go. Custis K, you're okay. Magic Monday also did very well, of course. Benjamin Fabian, you did shite, mate. Tom Stainer did absolute shite, just like me. Irish Stringer, you did okay. Game of Child did poop. You did like me, brother, of course. Poop, you did like me, brother. Poop. Poop, you don't let me. Ocho also had a nightmare as well. Absolute shocker. Alan MC also did shite. Neva also did poop. It's okay though. Georgica Isif did poop. The D-Man also did shocking. Of course. And Wahija Mayhem also did crap. Shepard also did shite. James PCFC also did poop. Russell Frost, we'll get to in a minute. But Hans Welsh, you did shite, brother. Okay, you did okay. Vincent Ong did a bit of poop. Russell Frost also did shite as well. It's tough. Yannick also did bits. Isam Yadi did shite. Olaji Ojo also did shite. Imachidonissa did very, very well. Omar Esquivel also did very, very well. Let's take a look at the leaderboard for this week and this week alone. Have a little look at it. Look at you guys with one. Of course, look at you guys with 2. You're just like me. And of course, El Matchday also. Look at that. That's impressive. That is impressive. That's a flex right there. Got himself 6 out of 10 when all of us struggled. That's a big movement for Move the Bloody Chains for El Matchday Issa. He's up to 14th now. Still got a long ways to go to get himself into the top 2. But of course, Hansworst is your man. He just got himself 2. The Chasing Pack on Magic Monday also got himself 3, so he's gaining on you once again. But look at it all change here, right now. Of course, we've got these full fixture lists on the weekend. We have a Brucey bonus in the middle, which is, of course, Marseille up against Nice, which will be very, very nice, of course. And we're going to start with that one right now, of course. They pitched on the last 6 has been 6 out of 6 for Marseille, of course, including last round in Marseille. It was a 1-0 win for Marseille back in March 2019. Mario Balotelli on the score sheet. Goodness gracious me, of course, now he's on the books at Monza. Of course, they did play each other in Nice, but it doesn't really count. That's, of course, last season, of course. Heading into this, though, Marseille have actually won their last 6 matches against Nice. I talked about that already. Marseille, though, also losing the last 3 matches as well. Heading into this, just 1 win in the past 5 games for Marseille. That was in the French Cup, beating Auxerre. On the flip side, just 2 wins in the past 3 games for Nice, which is a pretty bit a good swing of things. Of course, the last round they did lose to PS Bloody G. Of course, look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Of course, Marseille coming at you, of course, where I don't have the odds, so I don't even know if this game will go ahead. But anyway, if it does go ahead, of course, Marseille coming at you in 9th, and with them they could go as high as 6th. As for Nice, they're down in 14th at the moment, but with them they could also go as high as 12th. If it goes ahead, I'm going to go with Marseille, even though I don't know what to do with them at the moment. I'm a little bit clueless with them right now. But 2-1 win for Marseille, 3 points if it goes ahead. But anyway, moving on forward to the weekend where I think the vast majority of these games will go ahead. Brest taking, of course, Lyon, of course, played their last 6 sees nothing for Brest. Cheeky, 2 wins for Lyon, and of course 4 draws last round in Brest. It was in fact a draw, 2-2 draw back in September 2019. Moussa Dembele on the score sheet, Max with Cornet as well. Yom Court, that was a couple of goals there for Brest. I've also played this season, and Lyon was back in November, in December, of course, it was a 2-2 draw then. So in fact, the last 3 matches between these 2 sides in the division, in the league, has been a draw. Meanwhile, Lyon, though, have actually won 6 of the last 7 away matches in the division. They've also come into this just 1 defeat past 6. The 1 defeat was against Montpellier just the other day. As for Brest, they're coming into this beating the last 4 in all competitions, winning 2 and drawing 2 as well. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Of course, Brest coming at you 30-2 for the Richard 10-3 is your draw, 5-2 on is your Lyon. Of course, Lyon coming at you out in 3rd, with them they could actually go with a big fat as for Brest, they come into this 12th, and with them they could go cheeky up to 9th in the table. Of course, I've gone with a win on this one for Lyon. Of course, I have. Why bet against them? Because they look very, very good at the moment. Of course, anyway, of course, Saint-Étienne taking on Reims, of course, on Saturday the 20th of Feb. The last 6 between 2 sides, 2 wins apiece and 2 draws. That's around in Saint-Étienne was a draw back in February 2020. Around about this time last season, Boulaye Dia on the score sheet with the penalty spot, Dennis Bouyanga on the score sheet for Saint-Étienne. They did play each other in Reims back in January, of course, earlier this season, a couple of weeks ago actually. It was a 3-1 win for Reims. Heading into this, just 1 defeat the past 5 games for Saint-Étienne. The 1 defeat was against Sochaux and the French Cup. Meanwhile, without a win in 4, that's Reims. Last time they won was back in the end of January against Strasbourg. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Of course, Saint-Étienne 5-4 for the 23-10 is your Reims, 21-10 is your draw. Of course, Saint-Étienne coming at you out in 15th for the win for them. They could go as high as 12th, whereas the Reims are actually in 13th for the win for them. They could also go as high as 12th in the table. I think Saint-Étienne will get something out of this, at least a point. So will Reims, 1-1 for me in the end. Next up, we've got Nantes up against Marseille, of course. Nantes on the cusp of getting relegated if they don't pull their finger out. Meanwhile, Marseille, I'm clueless at the moment. Anyway, they played their last 6, 3 wins for Nantes, 2 for Marseille, and 1 draw last round in Nantes. Was a 0-0 draw back in August 2019. They did play each other in Marseille at the Velodrome back in November. It was a 3-1 win for Marseille. Heading into this, though, Nantes failing to win the last 9 home matches in the division. They've also, meanwhile, Marseille have also failed to win the last 7 as well in the division. Meanwhile, heading into this, just 1 win the past 6 for Nantes. That was against Angers just the other day. Just 1 defeat the past 4 games for Marseille in all competitions. And of course, that was against Angers. We already talked about that. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? What do we have on this one? We don't think I have any odds. So this one could be, again, also in line. No, I do have odds. Tell a lie. 90-10 for Nantes, 11-5 is your draw. 64 is your draw. 64 is your away win. That is Marseille. Marseille coming at you, of course, a double match for them. And of course, if they were to win both of those games, they could go up to as high as 5th, whereas Nantes also in 18th, and win for them, they could actually go as high as 17th in the table. I'm going to go with Marseille to this one with a 2-1 win as well. Back-to-back wins if they go ahead. Next, of course, on Montpellier taking on Stade. Rennes, of course, played in the last 6. 3 for Rennes, nothing for Montpellier, and 3 draws last time around. In Montpellier was a 1-0 win for Rennes back in August 2019. Jeremy Moriel on the score sheet for having Tate as well. Got himself sent off. Meanwhile, the last time pressure in Rennes this season, back in August, was a 2-1 win for Rennes, of course. So 3 wins on the spin for Rennes heading into this. Unbeaten the last 4, in fact. Unbeaten the last 6 as well. Heading into this, though, Rennes undefeated in the last 6 away matches in the division. They're coming out, of course, without a win, though, in 5. That's mad. They're drawing a lot of games, not winning them, but they're unbeaten in the last 6 on the road. Meanwhile, Montpellier unbeaten in the last 4, picking up 3 wins and a draw to boot. Meanwhile, the bookies odds coming at you, of course, Montpellier 21-10 for the victory, 30-10 is your Rennes, 9-4 is your draw. Of course, Montpellier are actually in 8th. A win for them, they could actually go as high as 5th. Sitting in 5th is Rennes, and a win for them, they could actually go a little bit closer to 4th, but still got a lot of work to do there. I've gone with a 2-2 draw on this one. Can't separate 2 sides on this one. Next, of course, Lens taking, of course, Dijon Mustard, who are going down as it stands. Of course, played in the last 6, 2 wins apiece and 2 draws last round. In Lens was the one to win. In fact, scrap that. Last time played in Lens. In the league, I don't know what this is. What the heck is this? Qualification. Oh, they did play each other in the league, in the outright league. No qualification, no playoff shit or anything. Was in Ligue 2, of course, back in January 2016. It was a 1-1 draw. However, they did play each other this season in Dijon. Was a 1-win for Lens, of course. Heading into third, Lens, and Lens have actually drawn the last 3 matches in League 1, whereas Dijon have actually lost the last 5. Actually lost the last 6 in all competitions, if you want to look at that. Unbeaten the last 5, though. That is Lens, picking up 2 wins and 3 draws to boot. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Lens coming at you at, where are you, Lens? Lens coming at you 13-8 for the victory. Stone Cold Face, 11-4 is your draw, 92 is your Dijon. Dijon going down at the moment, but for them they could go with 19th, whereas Lens are actually in 6th, and for them they could go as high as 5th in the table. They'll get a win here as well over Dijon, 2-1 win to take 3 points, and again, keep on believing, of course, Europe on the horizon. Next, of course, we have Nice up against Metz, which will be very, very nice. Of course, played the last 6, 3 wins for Nice, 1 for Metz, 2 draws last round. In Nice was a 4-1 win for Nice back in December 2019. William Cyprian with a couple of goals there. Ignaeus Gagnagno and Pierre Lise Merlu, Ibrahim Nane on the score sheet for Metz, of course. They did play this season in Metz. It was a draw back in January 2021, of course, just the other day. Of course, heading into this, 2 wins in the past 3 games for Nice. Of course, losing the PSG just the other day. Double match week for them, of course, against their bitter rivals, of course, Marseille. Bit of rivalry, that one, of course. On the flip side, just 2 defeats in the past 6 games for Metz, losing to Saint-Étienne, of course, losing to Strasbourg as well. Looking at the bookies odds on this one, of course, Nice coming at you 30-10 for the victory, 11-5 is draw, 11-5 is also your Metz. On this one, Metz coming at you out in 7th. A win for them, they could go 5th. As for Nice, they got double match week and win for both of those games. They could themselves get themselves back up to 7th in the table. Would you believe it? Turn the season around in quick succession. I don't think they'll win the first one against Marseille. I don't think they'll win this one either with Metz. 1-0 win in the end. Next, of course, Nîmes up against Bordeaux. Let's take a look at this one then, shall we? Of course, played in the last 5. 1 for Nîmes, 3 for Bordeaux, 1 draw last round. In Nîmes was a 2-1 win for Nîmes back in April 2019. Tej Sambier on the score sheet with Renaud Repart as well. Josh Major, now on the books of Fulham, of course, scoring for Bordeaux last round. They did play each other in Bordeaux this season, a 2-0 win for Bordeaux. Jimmy Brand on the score sheet with Remy Oudin as well, giving Bordeaux the 3 points. Last time around, though, okay, in fact, Nîmes I've actually lost the last 8 matches at home heading into this. Just 1 win in the past 6 games for Bordeaux, though. The one was against Angers. As for Nîmes, they're winning 2 of the past 6. Not too shabby, but both of those were on the road. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Nîmes coming at you 23-10 for the victory. 65 is your Bordeaux. 94 is your draw. Of course, Bordeaux coming at you out in 11th. And with them, they could actually go as high as 7th. Whereas Nîmes are in 19th. And with them, they could close in on 18th. But of course, they've got a lot of work to do to get out of this relegation zone. They'll get nothing out of this one with the 1 win for Bordeaux to take the 3 points. And again, move Bordeaux's chains. This is, of course, Strasbourg up against Angers. Of course, let's get into this one then, shall we? Of course, played each other the last 6. 1 for Strasbourg, 2 for Angers, 3 draws last round. In Strasbourg was a 2-1 win for Angers back in February 2019. Around about this time, 2 seasons ago, Wilfred Kanger on the score sheet with the brace, Sanjin Pedjic as well on the score sheet for Strasbourg. Heading into this, though, they did play each other back in Angers in December. It was a 2-0 win for Strasbourg. Heading into this, also 1 win the past 6 games for Strasbourg. That 1 win was against Metz just the other day. Meanwhile, just 2 wins the past 6 games for Angers, beating Rennes in the French Cup and also beating Nîmes out in the league. Of course, heading into this, though, the bookies odds. Strasbourg 5-4 for the victory, 11-5 is draw, 9-4 is your away win. That is Angers. Angers coming at you in 10th, and with them they could go 6th. As for Strasbourg, in 16th, and they were a win for them, they could go as high as 12th in the table. I've gone with on this one 2-1 for Angers. They've not been great, but I think they'll get enough over the line over Strasbourg. Next, of course, we have Lorient taking on, of course, Lille. Of course, played in the last 6. 3 for Lorient, 3 for Lille last round. In Lorient was in fact a 1-0 win for Lorient back in 2016. That was a 1-0 win. Benjamin Boucanjo on the score sheet to give the Lorient a win. However, they did play each other in Lille back in November. It was a 4-0 win for Lille. Yusuf Yatsi with a couple of goals there. Louis Ajaro and Jonathan David on score sheet back in November. Of course, heading into this, though, Lille have actually won their last 6 away matches in Ligue. Also keeping a clean sheet in the last 5. Lorient, though, have actually won the last 3 home matches in Ligue 1. Coming actually unbeaten in the last 6, picking up 4 wins, 2 draws to boot. They are one of the teams to beat. 4 wins the past 5 games for Lille. The only hiccup was a draw against Brest. Cheeky. As for this, though, of course, Lorient coming at you. Where are you? Bloody up to 17th right now. But for them, they could close in on Strasbourg into 16th. As for Lille, they are top and they'll be top
no matter what if they're going to win And yet.
Gone with, of course, Lille on this one, with, of course, a 3-0 win to get themselves back into winning ways and extend the lead potentially at the top. And I'm wrapping up a bit of a fruity one here. PSG up against Monaco. Of course, these two sides played in the last 6, 4 for PSG, 1 for Monaco, 1 draw last round in PSG. In Paris was, of course, a 3-3 draw. Let's have a bit of that then. Neymar with a brace, Fadou Ballo-Touré with a big fat OG, Gelson Martins, Wissam Ben Yedder and Isham Slamini on the score sheet last round. In, of course, January 2020. They did play each other this season in Monaco. Back in November, it was a 3-2 win for Monaco. Kevin Volland with a brace, Cesc Fabregas as well, Kylian Mbappe with a couple of goals, and Abou Diallo as well on the score sheet for PSG. Though PSG have actually won the last 6 home matches in Ligue 1. Monaco have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 9. Heading into this, though, Monaco winning 5 of the last 6. The only hiccup was a draw against Lorient. Meanwhile, PSG winning 4 of the past 5. The only hiccup was a defeat against Lorient as well. Of course, heading into this, bookies odds on this one. What do we have on this one? What do we have on this one? I'm looking at it. PSG 2-1 on is your odds. They are the favourites. So that's PSG 10-3 is draw, 5-1 is your Monaco. Of course, Monaco coming at you and a 4 for with them. They could close in on 3rd. As for PSG, the 2nd with them, they could go.
Top of the box. Oh yeah!
If they get a win and a little bit of luck their way, 2-1 win for PSG, take it to the win. Again, keep the heat at the top of the table. But unfortunately, they will not go top. It will still be Lille leading the charge with 58 points on the board. PSG will still be in 2nd. And of course, Lyon will still be in 3rd. And Monaco will remain in 4th. Marseille, biggest movers up to 5th from bloody 8th. And of course, down the foot table, Dijon, Nîmes going down. Nantes not too far away either. That's what I think will happen this week out in Lyon. Be sure to get your, of course, picks in nice and early for this. And we'll do it all again next time around. Again, don't forget to the midweek match. If it goes ahead, I don't know. But until then, be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash your subscribe, and also check out the links down below, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. I'm on all of those. And also check me out on Patreon if you want to support the channel in another way. But until then, I'll see you all very soon. Until then, mask up, behave, and all that kind of stuff. I'll see you all next time for some more picks right here at Blood.